Hey, how's it going everyone? Here with the latest S.H MonsterArts release. It's been a while actually, but we're here now with Gamera 1999 Kyoto Battle Version. So quite a few years ago there was the original version of this figure released, which was just Gamera 1999. Cool figure. Teeth not that great apparently. I don't actually have that one. A friend has it. He was going to pick up this one basically just to replace it due to those teeth, and plus this one has some badass accessories. Now in Japan this was a premium bundle release, so we do have a Tamashii web exclusive logo on the front here. Now depending on where you live, maybe retail or maybe a bit harder to get. We also have a brand new Tamashii Nations quality seal sticker there, so if you've only been following the S.H MonsterArts line, it's probably the first time seeing it. Before they had a really big reflective one, so they switched up to a smaller logo now. And yeah, on this one here we actually have the Rockchala logo as well, I guess because they're probably the license holders for Gamera. On the back here we have a nice selection of images showcasing the figure itself with that badass fiery hand that with the burning fist. That's cool. Then he just has the flying stand, the flying wings, and this one here is my favourite accessory. Can't wait to check this out. That is the severed hand with a bone coming through and the green blood and so forth. That is so cool. Can't wait to check that out on the figure. So yeah, let's pop him out of the box and then we can check out the accessories that he does come with, and then the finish and articulation. Okay, so we've got main Gamera himself in the centre, we've got the flight stand, and the burning fist, the severed fist, this base of the stand, and all the flying parts as well. So yeah, nice compact box and lots of cool accessories. Okay, so I've got him on the turntable here, swinging around, and first thing you'll notice is that lovely colour with the nice, I want to call it the, what was it, the British racing green, I think it was, a really nice dark foresty green colour, highlighting the tip of the shell all the way down the ridge there, with a more natural earthy grey, slightly green tones throughout the rest of his body, all his, claws and nails and spikes coming off him have that wonderful nail colour, or the claw colour, which is really cool. Looks like a little bit of blood red on their mouth one as well, which is cool. A little bit hard to see, but a subtle red tinge there. And again, yeah, the teeth look pretty nice. Now, I know a lot of people get quite pedantic about the teeth, but at least from a normal viewing distance of about arm's length away, they're looking super crisp and clean. It has a nice white colour in there, and then the mouth has that lovely fleshy red colour as well. So far all the colouring there is nice. The eye is pretty basic though, it seems, just similar colour to the rest of the body, but dark, maybe a subtle gloss finish on there, so it does reflect light a little bit. But yeah, overall looking beautiful in terms of the aesthetic finish on them. Definitely really nice. But yeah, before we have a look at the articulation, let's flip it onto the side here, and hopefully you can see underneath all the different colouring and shading on the underside of the shell, and that is definitely beautiful. And when it picks up the light, it definitely comes through beautifully well. It has a lot more depth and detail to the figure, and I think it looked really nice in the display case with some lights there reflecting off them. But yeah, let's jump into the articulation. So starting with the head, we have a swivel left and right is quite nice, up and down. Down is pretty good actually. Let me go up again. Yeah, look at that, it's quite good. I mean, if you've got the original, I don't think it's probably going to change too much, but everything can swivel up and down and around without too much issue. The jaw opens pretty wide as well. It looks really nice and clean. You can get a bit more of a closer look at the teeth, but it does appear like they are pretty well formed and crisp and clean as well. Okay, so now moving down to the arms here, everything moves around pretty well, and these will actually come off, so you can replace them with a flying part. So we'll have a look at that shortly, but overall the arms, twist and turn. So the knee joint here is really nice, everything moves up and down pretty well, the swivel on the foot, so you can get them into some pretty nice natural posing while trying to get them to stand. The upper part is a bit more limited in the motion though. Don't really get too much movement there at all. It is just in that knee joint. Now coming down to the tail, this one here has some pretty nice motion as well. You've got the swivel and a few points of articulation where it can move. So you've got, what's it, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 points of articulation on the tail. Though the end tip here is definitely a lot more limited in terms of what you can do. It's more just a subtle motion left and right. Main movement is more on the base there. So before we switch him into his flying form, I will pop off his hand and check out the... So this is the burning hand. As you can see, the detail there is really cool. It's all transparent, which is fantastic, with a darker red on the wrist section there. So you get a little bit of movement, not too much, but a little bit of up and down and swivel for there. And the fist looks even more badass once it's actually on him. I'm really torn about how I want to pose this guy, if I want him flying or with these hands, because these are so cool. It'd be nice to get this for other figures as well, actually. And then finally we've got that little bit stubby burnt off one there, which has the bone. Let's get a closer look at this though. So you can see the bone popping out there, just where it's all been severed, with a nice green colour coming all down and around it. This is really cool. Both of these hands are actually really nice. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favourite. So there's quite a few parts for transforming him to a flying mode. We have the really cool base here, where he, I guess, sits in here like a little cradle. We've got a replacement tail, with front fins, or arms. We've got a couple of wee fins that go on the side. So yeah, let's start taking it apart, and we can replace it with each one of these parts here. So starting with the upper section, we can pop the upper arms off like so, and that will reveal the inner joints. Now from here we can just line it up and we can slot in the flying arm sections like so. It's not too bad. Okay, so we're halfway there. The next part is we need to pop the legs off. 1, 2. Now this will reveal the underside. Now from this point we can slot, okay, we can take this part off, and that will give us access to a tail which can now come out, and then now you're just left with the lower half of the figure. From here I believe there's two little so part of the shell will come off of either side, so you can take those out. And then now we can align these parts like so, I guess. Not sure which way it's meant to be. Maybe like this. There we go. So once we have those slotted in, we can now attach the new tail section. And that just slots in. There we go, I think. So there are, what's that, 1, 2, 3 pegs, so we can just slot this on now. If you get them all aligned, it should go in easily. A little bit fiddly. Maybe the first time is a little bit harder to get it in. There we go. Okay, now everything is clipped in. I think that's all on properly, and yeah, he's looking really cool. Maybe a little bit hard to see, but the flying pose is definitely pretty badass. And then we can just take the stand and slot it on like so. So yeah, the flying form is really cool. Maybe we can lift up a head and open up a mouth. There we go. Imagine flying over a city, destroying everyone. That is really cool. Actually, you know, is he the bad guy in this movie? I don't think he is, actually. You know, it's a bit embarrassing to say, I still haven't seen the movie. I was planning to watch all 3 of the Gamera ones after this guy went up for pre-order. Sadly, I've run out of time. Still on my to-do list. Looking forward to it, especially because Iris is coming out. Oh man, that figure's looking awesome. I really can't wait to get that. But yeah, let's jump into the pros and cons. Pro being, yeah, the teeth are looking really nice, especially compared to the original. All the parts to attach on for the flying form is really cool. Even more so are these severed hands with burning fist, and that is all looking super badass, and you have a lot of fun playability with this figure. Now the weathering and painting of this figure, it's lovely. We've got the nice green colours with the grey. Everything just ties in beautifully with itself, and we can see the green coming down here. Really cool. A little bit on the shiny side, not so much of a con though, but just wanted to point that out for this shell. But yeah, I guess cons. You know what? I'm struggling to think of a real con for this figure. It's just really cool. Yeah. You know, I don't have any major con for this one. It just looks really cool. You can have it standing, flying, everything like that is really nice. Maybe a little bit more articulation of the legs could have been cool, since it is mainly just from the knee down. But again, not really needed. So yeah, overall I'm actually really satisfied with this release. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you have any cons for this figure that you can see so far, or if you have the original, did you pass on this one, or did you pick it up mainly due to the teeth or for the other accessories? Definitely let me know in the comments below. Always fun to read. But I will be posting some more photos of this figure in the future on Instagram. Pretty busy at the moment, so I'll see what I can do, but definitely looking forward to getting a few more photos of this guy, because I think he's going to photograph really well with all those colours and details on the shell. But yeah, again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, cheers!